God. Oh, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. That's perfectly okay. You know, life is kind of meant for you to figure out what you're doing. And it's honestly does it in the funniest way possible, slightly annoying. I mean, I bet you could agree, wouldn't we all just want to magically wake up and know exactly what we wanted to do? Have a perfect vision of just knowing who we want to be in the future, having a vision of ourselves 10, 15, 20 years ahead of us. But frankly, it's not like that. Well, to a certain extent. And I only say this because naturally, we were all made to be successful and to live our highest level life that we were meant to live. And along the way, we get instilled fear, other people's opinions, and just things from the outside world that affect the view that we have on ourselves. Life could be pretty daunting at times. It could be heavy, it could be scary, it could be lonely. And you might have been there before. You might been in the position where you don't really know what you're gonna do with your life. You don't really know in what direction your life is going, what you're trying to figure out, who you want to be, who you are. You might not know what your identity is. You might be the person that gets asked at a party, hey, and what do you do? And one of two things might happen to you. You might answer with something that you don't really feel connected to, that you kind of feel like forced to say that you do that because you don't really identify with the thing that you're doing at that time. You might say that you don't know, like, what do you do? Honestly, not much, right? And then the third person, it says what they do, and they're 100% backed by the fact of that's who they are. That's their identity, that's who they're meant to be. And honestly, for those people, congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I'm very, I wish you nothing but the best. But throughout my life, at least, talking from experience, I could say that hasn't been the trajectory of life that I've lived. I've had dreams, visions. I've envisioned what I wanted my life to look like. And honestly, we live in a time where everything just moves so fast. It's actually kind of crazy. And at the same time, we live in the most connected time of human history, and at the same time, the most disconnected time of human history. It's crazy what content is doing to people. But there's always two sides of the coin. There's the side of you either get consumed by content or you leverage content, right? And it's really like the parable of the story of the two wolves. There's a good wolf and a bad wolf living in your brain, in everyone's brain. And you decide which wolf wins because you are the one that feeds it with your attention, right? So it's a little interesting to think about that everyone was meant to be successful. You were meant to be successful. All your friends were meant to be successful. Your family was meant to be successful. But most importantly, you. And the crazy part is that we live in the vibration of success because success is aligned with everyone in the universe, and as long as you align yourself with it, you will be successful. But you need to understand that to be successful, there's things that you have to do. There's things that you just have to get done. There's things that you have to push through. And I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. When I sat down to record this video, I got home today and I didn't even know that I was going to record this video. But I did know that I wanted to create something. I wanted to express myself in a way that I could reach other people and help, you know? And it's interesting because Myron Gold says that humans weren't made to live in frustration. And when I heard that concept, it actually made me extremely interested in what he actually meant, right? Humans weren't made to live in frustration. And, you know, I was in my house thinking of what to produce, what content I wanted to make, what's working, what's gonna get me the most viral, what's gonna make me the most amount of money, right? Because honestly, isn't that what we think about? Isn't that the direction that our brains are meant to function in? And I honestly tried to do something that would make me go viral, that would make me get the most amount of attention from other people, right? Because attention is the new currency. Attention is the new dollars. Where's the majority of advertisement spending being spent on right now? Instagram and Facebook. Why? Because people are on Instagram and Facebook. And why are they on Instagram and Facebook so much? It's not because of all the ads that are there, right? People get on Instagram and Facebook and they don't even want to see ads. People get on Instagram and Facebook because people that are creating content have their attention. So attention is the new currency. And when I was thinking about making something viral, making something that people would like, get views, get attention, I thought back to myself. And I just felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel like that would have been me. That would be true to me, right? And I decided to, you know what? I'm just gonna do what flows with me, what flows out of me. And you might not know or feel like you not know what that thing is for you. You might hide the truth of your talents and your success underneath layers of fear of judgment, and of what other people might think of you if you do it. But deep down inside, you know exactly what that thing is. And it's so annoying because there isn't any other word for it. It's annoying, but also it's relieving that thing that you know that you were meant to do, the only person that can identify what that thing is you. And the thing is that you don't even have to identify it. You just have to be and let it happen. Because we're all born with interests. We grow, we get interested in certain things more than others. And at the end of the day, as long as you just allow yourself to not be frustrated, you'll find what that thing for you is, right? And that's kind of the beauty of life. Of the beauty of life lies in not being frustrated. Because the less frustrated you are, and the more happy you are with the things that you're doing, the more you're actually going to be. So let's say a lawyer, right? There's a lawyer and he doesn't really like being a lawyer. He gets frustrated. He likes the money, but he's just frustrated and stressed out constantly. And the only way to actually release that stress is to draw or create videos or make people laugh, you know? And that's why it's important to have hobbies. That's why it's important to do different types of things, because at the end of the day, if you don't express yourself, you're going to be forever trapped in whatever it is that you're doing. And the thing is that the way you express yourself best is actually the way out of your frustration. So I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you clicked on this video. If you made it to this part, hats off to you. But I just want to let you know, when you get frustrated, feel why you're frustrated and try to understand where the frustration, and try to understand where the frustration is coming from, right? What are you not doing that's causing you to get frustrated? You might feel sometimes that you want to go to the top of a mountain and just scream your lungs out, right? But that's because frustration is something that's locked within you that wants to get released, but you're not letting it. You're not allowing the circumstances to align for you to release that energy, for you to release that person that you truly are. So, before I end this video, you might have told someone in a point what your talent was. They might have brushed you off. You might not have known why that was said. You might not know why you said that. But at the end of the day, you know exactly where you need to go. You know exactly what you need to do. You know your talents. And if you don't, block out the noise. Stay in silence. Try to understand your path. Don't be scared to not know what you're doing. Don't be scared that you don't have it figured out. It's part of life. Just understand that the only way to find your path is taking action, being aligned with yourself. Do things that are aligned with yourself, and you'll see that only good things happen. Listen to your intuition. Attract. Don't allow yourself to be desperate and to try to do things out of desperation. Be calm. Reach out for help when you need it. Talk to people. Have good conversations. Call people that you know could help you. Call people that you think is going to help you get to that next level. And if it's not them, listen to the universe when it's telling you that he's not closing a door on your face, but he's trying to help you realize the door that is open. So remember, block out the noise. Create and listen to the inner you.